the penultimate round of the 2017 Division II Series season, and Matthew Fuller on pole position leads us to the green flag, as Sebastian Torres alongside him in the front row leads along with him. Fuller clearing Torres through the first couple of corners. And he does get the lead as Aiden McIntyre now tries to fight for second place here as he comes off into the interesting little curve area. And McIntyre, he assumes second place. And Eric Wolf will try to follow. Points leader Cooper Sciron runs in 9th place as he is just hoping to see if he can try and clinch this championship, as he is now battling with Chris Dodd, who is John Art's teammate, one of our championship contenders for the Division II title. You have to imagine that might have been in a little intentional bump, as we go over in 3 wide here, as Dodd into the back of Dahlstrom gets him squirrely, and that allows one of the S3 cars, Henry Sanford, to go on through and pass Wolf and Dahlstrom. 3 wide, Dahlstrom, Nova, and Morgan. As they make contact there, Nova and Morgan, I think, hit each other. As now Matthews and Morgan into each other, and they're both off as Morgan hits the guardrail. Matthew Fuller leads the opening laps as Aiden McIntyre sits in second behind him. Fuller, who still has a mathematical chance at being a championship contender at California. He wants to win this and hope that Sciron has a problem, so he'll have a mathematical shot. Aiden McIntyre back there in second place. He is also trying to get a good finish to give himself a better shot at the title. Although he is going to need Cooper Sciron to not have the best race to have a better chance at him at California. Look at this mess. This is for 25th. Nick Pericles, Kyle Schuck Jr., who goes off the track, back up into Pericles, and Allie Nelson there as well, as they are 3 wide for 25th here. And Shelley and another 3 are behind. Little John, Fitzwater, and Piet 3 wide as well. A huge gaggle of cars all fighting each other here. But they all get it sorted out. Nice pieces of driving from these fellas. Cooper Sciron fighting with John Arndt for the position here. John Arndt and Sciron, who have been having a lot of great battles the last couple of rounds. But Sciron, who is trying to stay in front of Arndt, as Arndt continues to fight him for this. Arndt knows he needs to beat Sciron to have a chance at the title here, as he almost gets into the back of him. You only need to stop once as Jason Tross kicks off the pit cycle, as Matthew Fuller and Aiden McIntyre choose to stay out an extra lap. But everybody coming to pit road. John Arndt with an absolutely terrible pit stop as Cooper Sciron, you can see way in front of him. And Sciron now getting contact from Luca Fontana, and he's going to spin the 05 around, and John Arndt, the second of the title points, is going to get spun into the rock. And he flips over, and his car is stuck, and that is going to be the end of J Racing's shot at a title. Fuller and McIntyre finish up their stops as Fuller will keep the lead. And we'll have an even larger gap over Aiden McIntyre. Very nice stop from the 22 team. Cooper Sciron in 12th place in this number 12 Denali Sport car. Actually lost a couple positions during that pit cycle, as Sciron, who has had a great season thus far, he has been arguably the most dominant and the most consistent by far, as he has finished in the top 10 in 13 out of 14 rounds completed, which is by far the best out of anyone in the series. And Sciron, who has had a season very similar to Elijah Bree, who clinched the title last year, but as it stands for the moment, Sciron is not going to clinch the title unless he gains a couple of more positions here. As McIntyre, who sits in second place, he would gain the most out of the eligible, as would Matthew Fuller. Battle for 7th, as Mikhail Dahlstrom trying to find a way past Eric Wolf. And Dahlstrom looks like he's going to try to find his way through, but Wolf's still fighting. And Dahlstrom swings around the outside. And if he can clear him, and he does, Dahlstrom passes for 7th place. Battle for 10th here is Mendez trying to hold off the 04 of Kyle Nova and Cooper Siron, who forces his way through, almost making contact with Mendez as they both go past him. And Mendez, who might have a problem in this 01 car, he seems to be really struggling. But now Nova, who is trying to stay in front of Siron, and Siron, who would love to clinch this title, knows every position helps. Here comes Siron. This is for 10th place. Siron trying to stay with this 04. He's going to get side by side with him into the first couple of corners. You have to be careful because now Luis Hernandez in the United Racing #1 car, he would love to try and pick both of these two off. And Siron into the curve area. He is going to pass Kyle Nova for the position, and Siron moves to 10th place. And that's not what McIntyre or Matthew Fuller wanted to see. The battle for 5th getting very physical here as Dahlstrom into the back of the 36 sends him off the track for a brief moment, and Trost, who did not appreciate that, comes up into Dahlstrom. Nice driving from both of them to avoid wrecking, but that was a very close call. The battle for the final podium spot is erupting as we have 2 laps to go. Nico Hall, who has been struggling to get past the lap car of Kyle Matthews. His struggles have allowed Sebastian Torres to make an attempt here for the 3rd place position. And it has also allowed Mikhail Dahlstrom to make an attempt as Torres now to the bottom, makes contact with the 91. And Torres now, making further contact into the quarter panel, but squeezes his way through for 3rd place here. And Torres around the outside, he's going to clear the 91. Nice pass from Sebastian Torres. Coming to take the white flag, however, Matthew Fuller, who has led every lap today. He has 1 more lap to go. However, John Arndt, who is very much off the pace, is slowing him up, and that has allowed Aiden McIntyre to start making up a gap here. Fuller probably realizing that he does not need to get into John Arndt's back bumper at all. He's just riding behind him now. This is the white flag. Fuller needs to be careful. However, McIntyre is not really catching him as quickly as I would have thought. And Fuller into the back of the 05, got him loose. But Fuller, who is not going to pull out here, I think he's just accepting he's going to win and not do anything too ridiculous. Coming through the final corner to come take the checker flag, Matthew Fuller is going to score another win in the 2017 Division II Series season. He comes across the line, although not without a small scare. And I think he is going to let John Arndt know he did not appreciate being slowed up so much, and Aiden McIntyre comes across 2nd. Cooper Siron in 9th, trying to get past Trost for 8th at the line. He will not do it. And Cooper Siron, we're being told, has not clinched the 2017 title. From what we're being told, the championship has not been clinched. So it looks like Siron is going to have a small bit of competition in California, as we're being told Aiden McIntyre actually scored enough points to be eligible for the title for California. As we will look at the point standings in a brief moment.